and welcome to Garbos Lobster. I am Heidi Garbo, owner. I do this with my two sisters, Samantha Garbo and Hannah Garbo. Hannah runs our events and she is our social media director. And then Samantha Garbo owns our Lamar location as well, so you can see her there. We have 3 locations here in town. One is North Mopac in North Austin, and that's right off the highway. It's 200 seats. We also have our Lamar location on West 6th and Lamar. We took over Counter Cafe across from Book People. It's only 10 seats, counter service, and a to-go window. We do a lot of activations there and pop-ups. And then we have our newest Dripping Springs location, another 200-seat multi-level restaurant that is just getting off the ground. So welcome, so excited to have you. I'm doing this video so everybody can kind of get a gist of who we are and how we came to be. I wanted to share a little bit about the story and how I got here. I had a food cart in Key West. It's still there to this day, Garbo's Grill, known for fish burritos. I was loving my life, and then my husband got a job here in Austin in the tech industry. I moved out here and I started volunteering my time at Central Market at the cooking school on North Lamar. And while I was there, I was networking. People asked what I did before, and I told them, and they thought, man, you have to open up a food truck. And I thought, there's no way I can drive on these roads. You call 2 different names, and coming from Key West, where everybody drives 35 miles an hour, it seemed completely foreign to me. But I talked to my dad, who is the owner of Garbo Lobster up in New England. He and his brother started about 45 years ago, and he thought it was a great idea. So he and my brother built our first food truck and brought it down. And then there was a question of what was I going to put in the food truck? And again, it was my dad who said, do what you know. And, I grew up with this sort of cuisine, being from Mystic, Connecticut. I, had lobster rolls and lobster dinners, and dinner and lunches around a table are a big part of who I am. So I wanted to bring a sense of that to Austin. And a lot of people, you'll hear all the time that they've been to New England or from New England, and they all have their own stories. And for me, that's the most gratifying. When somebody says it tastes like home, that's the best compliment that we can get. I think that, the biggest thing for us, what makes us different and unique, not only is the fact that we're bringing New England cuisine to landlocked Austin, but I feel like we make our luxury product accessible and obtainable for those who may not be able to have it. That being said, I know my food's not inexpensive. However, when somebody comes to dine with us, whether they're on the food truck or in one of the restaurants or grabbing something to go, that it's worth it every single time. I am not classically trained as a chef. I'm not reinventing the wheel with the menu. I think we just bring the best product here to Austin, and it's really about the hospitality first and foremost. I think it's very important that people feel taken care of and like family when they walk in. So that's very important. We are known in New England for our fresh seafood and chowder and seasonal produce. I think that a lot of these menu items here tell a story. I will just go over some of the highlights. Our signature dish, I always go up to a table and I ask them if they've ever eaten with us at a Garbos before. If they have not, they are probably looking for our main staple, which is the lobster roll. We have 3 different kinds. One's the Connecticut warm poached buttered lobster inside our toasted bun. We have the Maine mayo, celery seasoning, more like a lobster salad as well. And then a seasonal roll. So that can vary. Definitely ask the manager if you don't know what that is for the season. We do everything from hatch chili lobster rolls to truffle rolls and a summertime special. You can sample all 3 of them, which is really nice, for $40. And so that, for somebody that isn't quite sure what they're going to like, is a great introduction. If they have eaten with us before, I would bypass the lobster. They've probably had it. Give them something else that you really like as a favorite. We have so many different offerings that are very special. We're a scratch kitchen. We make all our own sauces. We make all our own soups. We have sourced the best product from our calamari that's flown in from Point Judith, Rhode Island. We hand make our lobster and mozzarella bites with our fresh lobster meat. Even our little neck clams are sent to us from the owner of Island Creek Oyster, and that I'll get into, but his name is Skip. And this was a passion project for him, these little neck clams, and he asked if we would be able to sell them, and we've put them on the menu, and they're very special for him, and we are so lucky to be able to serve it to people here in Austin and Dripping Springs. So going into our relationship with Island Creek Oyster, they're out of Duxbury, Massachusetts. They have a large farm out there. Farm meaning in the ocean is where they cultivate and harvest these clams. They are now big enough that they're able to source oysters from other different farms around there that are very small that normally we wouldn't be able to get. So they sell to Island Creek, and Island Creek in turn then sells them to us, which is amazing because we get all these different varietals all the time. We have oyster books at all our locations. If you're not familiar with the oyster, by all means, ask your manager to try one. We have the description and even where they're harvested and anything about the farm inside our oyster books. So that's very important. Our whole live Maine lobster comes from our family's lobster pound up in Maine. We get those all the time, flown in fresh, so definitely make sure that we're not 86 on any of that. You'll see our fish and chip is always a fan favorite. It's so big that we now offer a smaller size. It's also made with a local brewery, Live Oak. They're Hefeweizen beer, so that's special. We even have our fish burrito, which is how I started in Key West. So it's made exactly the same. Fresh mahi, mango, jalapeno, grilled onion, our Caribbean aioli. So like I said, everything, there's a purpose behind all of what we do. Our bread is sourced locally from Slodo, a company outside of Houston. Even our meat for our cheeseburger, I met with the farmer at a farmer's market when I had my food truck. I went to his farm, we came up with the blend, and that's what's in our kids burger and our regular burger. I do want to talk a little bit about our drink selection. We have a good friend of ours, Josh Loving, who owns his own bar here in Austin called Small Victory. He asked me a few things about what I grew up with, and that's how we kind of came up with everything from our Garbos grog to our pina colada. We also have a very special Shell's frozen lemonade. So that is our creation. We started up in Connecticut. We have it here. It's just a really good frozen pink lemonade. And that's very special to us. At our Mopac location and our Dripping Springs location, we also have Connor's Creamery. My dad thought he was retired. He came here and he started a soft serve ice cream business up in New England. It kind of goes hand in hand. So we have lobster rolls and soft serve ice cream. It's very reminiscent of my childhood in New England. We do a soft serve vanilla base that we make in-house, and then any of our 8 flavors are ribboned around the outside. So whether it's chocolate, banana, blueberry, it's all ribboned around, so it's essentially a swirl. So that's very unique. Nobody else has this product here in Texas. And yeah, I love the fact that we source all our product. We try to be as sustainable as possible. I would love to extend an invitation to you to actually sit and dine with us when you're not working, so you can feel how it is inside the space and feel how we take care of you and the experience that you get. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I kind of bounce around. If you ever see me, please grab me. If you have any questions, I love to talk about this and what we do. And yeah, definitely find our locations and all about us on social media. Please like us on Instagram so you can keep up with some of our different activations and offerings at all 3 of our locations, as well as the food trucks that roam around Austin and around the surrounding areas. Thank you so much. I can't wait to meet you.